What instantly makes you attracted to someone? Genuine kindness. I still remember this girl I met around a year and a half ago. I probably had a total of an hour around her. And only talked to her in a group setting. But the way she showed true interest in what I or anyone else was saying. And the way she exuded positivity. But not blind positivity just for the sake of being positive. And the way she seemed to be a genuinely happy person that wanted happiness for those around her. Even those she just met. Was what made her not just instantly attractive. But also so memorable. She was certainly pretty and I probably would have still found myself attracted even if her personality were more negative. But her personality made her much more attractive and she left an impression on myself as well as a friend of mine I was with at the time. We still bring her up from time to time because she was the exact kind of person I'd try to raise any children of mine to be. Edit. If she has interesting things she is passionate about and likes to talk about. Conversation. I can't get a conversation going with most girls. But with some rare ones. It's easy to talk for hours. Those are the ones I'm most attracted to. Sense of humor. You'd love my cousin. She has 1 leg, 3 teeth, 0 hair, and she's hilarious. I'm not even sure I want kids of my own. But when I see a guy kneel down to talk to a kid and make fun conversation my ovaries explode. When someone looks at me and recognizes my presence. They're languid. That look of I know exactly what's happening and I allow it. Unhurried. Not rushed. A patience born from apathy or experience or fascination. I want to know more. I'm interested. Shy as hell. My lethargy is the last thing I would have expected someone to be attracted to. If they smell good. Not just run-of-the-mill good. But spectacular good. Recently ran into an acquaintance that I hadn't seen in 13 years. Not classically attractive. But he smelled like fir trees and vanilla after a hard rain. Oh. My. God. He could have had a hatchet in his head and I would have wanted to tear off his clothes. Unfortunately. This was under professional circumstances and the ripping off of clothing would have been frowned upon. C'est la vie. When someone playfully argues with me. I like to give someone a hard time and if they can dish it back out. It's attractive as hell. A big butt and a smile. Their vibe. I don't know if I can be any less vague than that. It's just there will be something in the way they speak. The way they carry themselves. Just something. I fell for my last crush while we were idly chit-chatting about nothing in particular. And all of a sudden she became the most gorgeous woman in the world. Back in college. I knew a pair of identical twins. They looked alike. Dressed alike. Nobody could tell them apart. One was nonetheless significantly more attractive to me than the other. And I always knew which one I was speaking to immediately. So. Some nebulous aspect about the person that I have no idea how to qualify or quantify. I believe the word you're looking for is demeanor. Their total disinterest in me. The way they smell. Sometimes it could even be a bit of a bad smell. Like they have been sweating and they just have that musk. Does smelling like fries work? When they're humble. I feel like a lot of the men I meet try to act like assholes for some reason. A smile and the ability to laugh at themselves is refreshing. A great smile. Ah. Intelligent conversation. Someone who smiles when they talk to you. Edit. Not like all the time. Glasses. I don't know why. Look at this dork. He won't last a week here. First words my future wife said about me before she got to know me. Been together almost 15 years now. She will never live it down. Those words made me try even harder to prove her wrong. Confidence. My husband was confident and funny when I first met him. He carried the conversation well and met my eyes during the conversation. I was hooked. Then I stalked him for weeks. Wearing him down until he finally surrendered. He had no idea what a bad idea it was to chat with me. Intelligent conversation. I personally don't mind talking about random things you've seen and heard throughout the day, but when I'm being given information I've never heard of before and explained really well, I find it hugely attractive. Eyes. They are the gateway to the soul. Oh, and boobs too. Boobs are the gateway too. Well, they're boobs. So I guess they're kind of the destination themselves. A pulse. Yeah, but sometimes beggars can't be choosers. Right? I love when a girl has a fat, big, round, juicy. Nothing is more attractive than a person with an ambitions. Fellow people with depression taking a shot to the heart with this one. A choker or an anklet. Combine that with a sundress and I may have to sit for a few minutes. That's looks. Though. Personality wise. Confidence. Intelligence. And passion. At first I thought you were attracted to felons with ankle monitors and sundresses. The way she looks into my eyes. When someone is sincere about their conversation and including everyone in the conversation, it shows humility while being social. At the same time, if they can engage in witty banter. I'm not particularly good at regular flirting, but if you can meet my sarcasm with your own, it makes me so happy. Wit. I agree. Any girl with boobs. Selflessness, compassion. My boyfriend and I went to a frat party recently, and while we were both a bit tipsy, we witnessed a big guy who was wasted start vomited and passing out. Boyfriend dropped his drink and ran over to hold him up and try to get some water down him, asking around for a nursing student to see if they should worry about alcohol poisoning. I've seen him do the same thing since then. Both times it made my heart swell, because he dropped everything to ensure the safety of someone he didn't even know and that wouldn't remember his kindness the next day. Always date somebody you want to be more like. Kids. Them being attractive. You really find the weirdest people on Reddit. As far as facial features go, when someone's been through a lot and they're still unabashedly caring and optimistic. I think the first time I had a crush on someone in high school was when a girl had me read an essay she wrote about her parents' divorce and ongoing custody battle, and just by knowing her casually you'd think she'd had the upbringing of a princess. Her family was rich, so that's not much of an exaggeration. Looking me in the eyes as if I'm saying something worth listening to. Kindness. All it takes is showing me you have a kind heart. Seriously. I instantly start mentally minimizing any flaws you might have and think of you as 100x more attractive. Can't help myself. Sounds silly or made up, but it's true. Passion for their hobbies or interests. Seeing someone pour so much of themselves into something they deeply care about is a turn on to me. Bonus if they're super skilled in something because of all the time and dedication. Smarts. You choose books. There's this girl who is seriously good looking, but never spoken to her, so had never been attracted. One day she was beside me speaking with someone else. I don't even remember what we said, but it was with such a panache that I thought I would marry her pig in a poke. Quoting the Box Factory episode of The Simpsons. What's that? That's just a TV studio where they film Krusty the Clown and other non-box related programs. Since it has nothing to do with boxes, I'll just shut these blinds. Introverted and distant, but with hints of awesome underneath. Usually ends up being nothing special once you get to know the person better. But that initial impression that someone is cool as FCK, but doesn't feel the need to show it off, is an instant plus in my book. Someone who smiles and laughs a lot, in a genuine way. Typically a good indicator that they're easygoing. Friendly. Don't take themselves too seriously. Smiling while pretty. Shame. I only smile while ugly. Nerdiness. Also I like fat guys. Both together is so f***ing hot. If they have a good sense of humor. When a girl is genuine. I mean, like, don't pretend to like the things I like for a chance to be with me. If I say I like video games and you say you do but then get mad when I play them, you lied. Don't like them. A girl that asks questions as much as she talks about herself. It's great when someone tells you about themselves. Just remember, a conversation is two-sided. Accomplishments. God. A strong-headed girl with determination and the will to learn. It shows she is willing to grow as a person, and if she does that, the relationship will grow too. Plus, a girl with determination is so hot. Not just her beauty, but that booty. When he doesn't bail when conversations get slightly deeper, and by that I don't mean philosophical. I mean conversations that makes you take a second to see the world anew, and when he takes the time to give a thoughtful response instead of playing video games mindlessly. And when he helps me get to know myself and my own ideas through these conversations. I'm really missing that in my life. Their originality. That sense of powerful energy when you walk past them. Knowing you just walked past a person who might be a mental challenge to you. That you're so intrigued to get to know the person in their head. Behind that sharp stare and confident eyes. The kind of lady that just makes you tip your fedora without even thinking. If she breathes. If a woman isn't wearing makeup. Or if I can't tell she's wearing makeup. I'm instantly more attracted to her. But just the ones with perfect skin. Right? Intelligence. A lady with brains is far more attractive than one with jello for brains. I prefer RDS.